We are going to make it right.
If you became a millionaire, would you keep working? You know?
The commander is here.
What's going on right now is California's trying to figure out.
Don't eat. Something got pop your butt.
Yeah. Oh, I can.
Welcome to Around the BitBoy Crypto Morning Stream. I threw you off, Tim. How is everybody doing? Today is Juneteenth. It is 11:31 a.m. Standard Eastern Time. Things are going to be great. I'm feeling great. It's been a great, wonderful weekend. How was your first official Father's Day?
Yeah, a lot of sleeping. A lot of sleeping.
Okay.
And it was a very nice weekend of just resting around. I mean, I got some stuff done. I got to mow the yard.
I bought a mower. I
did?
bought a mower yesterday. I haven't put it together. I got to buy a jerry can, I guess. I got to get the good gas can. Supposedly, you got to get the jerry can. It's the cool one that the preppers get, and I want to get the cool one that the preppers get.
I don't even know what a jerry can is.
It's just fancy gas can where it doesn't like leak. You know, you don't have fumes, and when you have fumes leaking out of your gasoline, that's how it turns into water, and then that's how you end up making a bad gas right there.
Good stuff.
My son has 10 billion Bitcoin. Well, that is possible because Bitcoin did have the double spin problem of 2010. So I guess your son did the hack. Wow, 13 years ago. He's probably rich then if he was mining Bitcoin 13 years ago. What are you doing watching YouTube? You should be on an island somewhere. DZ in the building, morning stream, almost night here. Hey, we're all in the globe, all right? We're all on Earth. We're spinning. The sun's in the same spot. We're the ones who are moving. Bing bong. Hey, we love Frankie and the Candle Mafia. You ready to just get right into the show, man?
Let's do it. Let's get into it.
All right, 1 a.m. Tuesday here. Woo, all right, dedication. Of course, that's his like 3 p.m. He woke up 4 hours ago. All right, let's look. BitBoy Crypto, 1.45 million subs. Make sure you're subbed, everybody. Look, if you go to channels, you're going to see ATB. That's where we're putting out some stuff. Don't forget the Forever Frenemies podcast, BitLab Academy, some more stuff. But hey, hit slots on kick.com/hit slots. Make sure you check that out. Steak, hey, come work with us. We got this slot thing ready to hit the ground running with that. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, DZ_BTC. There is a fake. I've been messaged a whole lot about the fake over the past few days. It's instead of a Z, it's a J, DG BTC.
Sounds like a fun guy.
Yeah, he had like 11 or 14,000 followers. So a lot of people are, getting bamboozled there. Just be careful. I'm never going to DM you and ask you, for like some money or something. So just be careful. I'll ask you for NFTs. I'll stick my hand out like, Mick, can you spare another, sir? But no, not for no crypto funds there. Taking off now. Hitmerch.com. I was rocking this shirt. I got it. I took it home. I stole it, Morel. I stole it. I'm not giving it back. I'm going to wash it. I'll wear it, and then you can see how it fits after I wash it. So I'll be, I know I host at least one more again this week, so you'll get to see it. Hey, premiere day, we're going to have a wardrobe change. All right, everybody. All right, let's get right into the coin market cap, or coin gecko here, rather. How are things going? We're going to refresh. Guys, the market cap, we are above 1.1 still, but barely. We're barely hanging on. We're $1.1 trillion. We are down right under 1% for the 24-hour. The volume is super, super low. About as low as I've seen it in recent memory, 23 billion. It's the Sunday slump, and it's Father's Day. We got a holiday.
And Juneteenth.
Yeah. I mean, so yeah, we're super, super low there. All right, I actually grew up near Galveston, Texas, so I'm real familiar with that holiday. It's a dark, dark history. All right, Bitcoin dominance, 46.5. ETH dominance, 18.7. Gas coming in at 22 Gwei. Galveston, Texas is adjacent to the Gulf of Mexico, so you go into the Gulf of Mexico. Have you been to an ocean before, Tim?
Well, seeing as that I lived for literally 29 years in Florida, yes, I have been to an ocean or two.
Okay. How does Gulf on the Florida side is pretty good because you're on the correct side of the Mississippi River. So the Mississippi River comes out. I don't know if you ever seen the footage of where the Mississippi meets the Gulf.
It's like a blue and brown split. Yes.
So it all ends up going westerly. So it ends up blanketing Louisiana and Texas and muck and gunk and just grossness and seaweed and dead man-o-war or jellyfish. It's just gross. You go towards Florida, the other side, it looks good. I think it's because, the way the Earth's rotating and spinning, it's like...
I don't know about looks good. It's definitely better than what you had over there in Texas. But I mean, I've definitely several times in my life gone to the beach and been turned away due to red tide and a bunch of other nonsense. And you have to be a beach person to know what a red tide is. Do you know what a red tide is?
It's a algae bloom, correct?
Yeah. And it kills everything. And there's a bunch of dead fish on the beach. And so it could be toxic if you get in. So, yeah. I prefer the Atlantic. I like colder water. There's days. Okay, this
Pacific's
we're
colder,
gonna move. Yeah, I've never been to the Pacific, so that's why I can't say I prefer that one. We're gonna move on here in a second. But there are days where we would go, because I lived in Tampa, so we go into the Gulf, and it would be stupid hot outside, and you get in the water, and the water is warm too.
Mhm.
And then there's no
And then it feels
shade
like
on
urine.
the beach. It's the worst. It's
Yeah.
the worst.
What is better, Whataburger or In-N-Out? It is not even close. In-N-Out, wildly overrated. Whataburger is better, but it's not like Whataburger is fantastic. Five Guys is better than Whataburger. In-N-Out, wildly overrated. The fries aren't that good. It is a communist-style burger place because they force you to have it a specific way. It is not a free market. I just like burgers with cheese, ketchup, mayonnaise only. That's all I want. So do not go to In-N-Out if you like specific style burgers. It's not Burger King. You're not going to have it your way. You're going to have it their way. You're going to have it their way, okay? It's like a Mao dynasty. All right. Sun moves or standstills. Oh, yeah, duh. And it's flat, right? All right, let's get into the coin prices here, everybody. We got a little distracted there, and I apologize. All right, Bitcoin is down 0.5%. Ethereum is down slightly over 1%, 1.1. We have XRP down. Cardano, will you stop falling? It is down 2.9%. I might have to try to catch a bottom and then maybe open a long. I'll have to go to the charts, though. For that, we do have some chart experts coming on shortly. Dogecoin down, Tron down, Solana. Is anything up? Geez, let's look. Geez, Louise. Come on, Papa Cheese. All right, Trust Wallet is up. Maker is up. Sui, BitGet token, Multiverse. And after that, we just go flat and then into the negatives. So Trust Wallet, having a good day. I mean, it's a good time to be a wallet if you're not Ledger or Trezor, right? All right, now let's look at the top losers. Sit down, calm down. It's okay. All right, we're going to talk you out of the fear here. KCS was one of the green coins that we were looking at. It was one of the top gainers last week. Now, one of the top losers. I didn't sell my KuCoin shares, and then that's why it's dumping. But still green for the week. It is up 5.5%. Caspa. Is this the Caspa sale I've been waiting for? It is right at 2 cents. A lot of people are saying, hey, you need to look at this token. It is up 30% on the week. XDC, maybe that's pumping off XQC signing that kick deal for $100 million. Pepe down, but even Pepe is green for the week. Conflux, with some call the Chinese Ethereum, that is down 4.1%. So if you're looking at that, hey, maybe you get a little sale there as well. ICP also down, but green for the week. ApeCoin down 10% for the week. Sheeb up 8% for the week. So we're seeing some little bright spots, but I mean, when you look at some of these other coins like Cardano, down 7.5%. There's a lot of things. EOS down pretty heavily on the week there. Which is the best burger? Let us know. I mean, who do you think who has the best fast food burger? All right.
I don't know. I don't know if I have a strong opinion on this. There's a couple places that are good, but fast food burgers themselves just aren't the greatest. So I'd prefer.
Yeah, I haven't had
ones, so.
McDonald's in over probably 12 years at this point. It's certainly over a decade. It's over a decade for McDonald's, Burger King, even Taco Bell. The only one that has made me maybe contemplate breaking the streak, which ironically will lead to streaks, if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, to break the streak with maybe Taco Bell there. I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see what
the poll says.
I remember I took about a year break before the 10-year or 12-year break on McDonald's. Didn't eat McDonald's for a year. Ate McDonald's. Was doubled over in pain. It hurt very bad. I can only imagine what a McDonald's Happy Meal or something would do to me. All right, Whoppers with cheese, one of the best. All right, I did used to like Sonic. All right. Culver's, okay. All right, Fuddruckers, blast from the past right there.
Fuddruckers, yeah, Fuddruckers is okay.
All right, guys, and you may be noticing, all right, Daisy's putting the earpiece in. Is he about to jump in a chopper? No, I'm not about to jump in the chopper. Is he about to join the Secret Service? Not about to do that either. We're about to get some TA expert with Kelly. He's got some charts for us. Kelly, what is going on, buddy?
Get to the chopper. Hey, man, I'm good. I had a refreshing weekend. I'm still homeless. I just moved down to Atlanta, but I think I found a spot waiting on that final approval. So I've been trading, trying to make that money to pay for that furniture. But we got some things to look at today. Should we just jump into it?
Let's just get right into it, man.
All righty.
Head first, dive, cannonball.
First thing I want to look at is something that is actually, this is right here. This right here is something I noticed this morning that is really important. I think we all need to pay attention to. It's Bitcoin miners rushing to exchanges, and we don't need to go through the article, but what this shows right here, this is the 64K top. This is a 69K top. But what you see right here is coins from identified miner wallets moving on to exchange. And why am I looking back here? Because the best thing you can do at any time when you're trying to do technical analysis is zoom out and look to the left and try to find correlations between certain interactions with different behaviors or different participants in the market to see what was going on in the market when that happened. Now we can see right here all of this huge spikes of coins from miner wallets moving onto exchange. Now, what happens when coins move onto exchange? What does that usually indicate? Well, what happens on exchange? Typically, you're preparing to sell. So if this right here, we can see this kind of foreshadowed, not even looking at the rounding top in price action, with not even noticing this, just a rounding top suggested that we were likely going to have a pullback. And then looking at the on-chain data showing miners putting their coins onto exchange. And then what happened right here? This is the Bitcoin. If we pull it up on the chart right here, this is not only the rounding top that we see that was indicating a likely pullback, loss of momentum and velocity. Now we have the lower low and the lower high. And what happened right here? This was a Bitcoin mining ban in China. So was all that coins coming onto exchange, the miners preparing to sell when that regulation came down on China to have the sell off. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because if you look right here, not only this spike, but you see this orange line that comes all the way up here. This is the highest. You see this? Bitcoin miners transferred more Bitcoin to exchanges over the past week than at any time in the last 5 years. Is there something that they know about that we're not aware of, that they're just are they just preparing because of the uncertainty with all the regulation in the market? So this gives me a little bit of pause on basically indicating some capital protection definitely needs to still be the focus. But at the same time, we're getting a lot of institutional buying right now of basically traditional exposure to Bitcoin, and this has to do a little bit with the BlackRock news article that came out. And remember, BlackRock has got over $9 trillion in assets under management. So any financial institution in the world that is really trying to pay attention to what's going on. If you have the largest asset under institution with assets under management really diving headfirst into Bitcoin, it's going to cause a lot of sort of at least open the door for open-mindedness with other institutions. Now, looking specifically at the price before we go, okay, we've got this falling channel. Nothing's changed. Not only that, we've got this sort of sideways price action here that we've not only fallen out of, but we're actually finding resistance right on the bottom side of this range. So what I'm looking at right now, because there's so much uncertainty in the market, I'm looking very locally. I'm looking, if we come over here to the price label, I'm looking at this zone right here, copy, paste. I'm looking at this zone right below us. The 25,790. If we lose this level, then I don't think it's silly at all to think. In fact, I think it's likely if we come down and lose this, that we will very much so be testing probably down below this side of the range, probably down here in the 24.5, 25. Now, the interesting thing about that is if you take a Fibonacci, which is on Mac, you could do Option F, or on PC, it's Alt F, and then click there and go to the top side of the range. This, if we come down into this zone, is perfectly aligned with right where the golden pocket is of this full move. So this would be a good area to look at right now in the 23.8 to $24,200 level. That's in. Talk about it every day. If those of you that haven't yet, come over, check us out on the BitLab Academy daily stream. And by the way, we do giveaway once a week. So come over to the BitLab Academy Twitter page, give us a follow, hit that retweet, hit that like, you get entered to win. We draw on Fridays. So yeah, that's all I got.
All right, Kelly,
Just
definitely
context
appreciate it. I'm looking at that seller data, and I'm going to go full-blown tinfoil hat. I'm going to say it's BlackRock and Fidelity's mining companies that they own, forcing them to dump it all, to dump the price. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's a fun little conspiracy there.
I mean, nothing. I wouldn't put it past them. There's a lot of sort of backdoor stuff going on.
DZOG conspiracy there that
But
probably
Kelly,
doesn't mean anything.
Kelly, looking at that photo you showed, there were spikes at the bottom back in 2018, 2019. Wasn't there?
Yeah, a lot of spikes here. I mean, these kind of spikes front ran this dump, and then on the dump, there was people moving onto exchange. But then, if we also look at this chart here, this is a Bitcoin percent miner revenue from fees. And this is interesting because if you look at this spike right here, it perfectly aligns with all the stuff that was happening with ordinals when those kind of popped off. And then this sharp decline, which means as prices coming back, the prices being a little bit more frustrating and everybody was coming online, difficulty went up. Think about that. And there was more revenue to be made when all the ordinal stuff was happening. But because this has fallen again, if we look over here at the Puel multiple, which is a kind of a measurement of mining profitability, we're actually seeing a bit of a rounding here. If this were to start pulling back again, this would be in line with basically increased pressure on miners to be profitable. And so in order for them to be sustainable, they likely would have to sell some coins, which would be a lot of pressure. I think they own like 1.89 million Bitcoin. So if there's not profitability in mining because the difficulty is high and there's not enough profits there, then they will be forced to sell some, which would cause a lot of downward pressure on the price, which we see the levels because we mapped it out. But that's all I got. Get back into the show.
All right, you get back in the lab. Not any kind of like meth lab, anything like that. Crypto lab. Get back in the crypto lab. What's in the cup? What's in the cup? I don't know what is
What's
in the cup.
In the cup? Yeah, sipping on that scissor.
Oh man, that stuff's strong. All right, everybody, let's get to Kelly later on. I didn't have my earpiece. Did he say something at the end?
He just said that you are the most beautiful human he's ever seen.
Oh,
and he loves you.
All right. Sean, never. All right, Dean Brahms on. Okay. You believe in that? 24,400. Some people saying 21,000. Some people are saying, hey, maybe the bottom's already in. 8 to 10K. This one person saying. So, all right, we got some bears. We got some bears thinking it's going to go lower. All right, Bitcoin holders with 100 Bitcoin or less scooped 254% of mine supply in the last month. So these are, certainly more Bitcoin than me if you got 100 of them. But look, the people with only 99, idiot shrimps. Wait a minute, crabs and then fish. I haven't memorized the whale, the shark, the crab, the guppy. According to on-chain data by Glassnode, the cohorts from shrimps, these are people with less than 1 Bitcoin, to fish less than 100. So the shrimp to the fish purchased 2.5x of the daily mine supply over the past month. With the currently daily mine cap at 900, that means they scooped up 2,286 Bitcoin per a day. Now, Tim, who are the people with 1 to 100? Is that going to be? I can see a lot of family offices doing that. Small time investments.
I would say 1 to 100. You're talking about people who have been in probably for 5-6 years. They've been in for a couple cycles. Just a normal everyday Joe.
Some cycle riders.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, not AJ writes crypto. Not that kind of cycle.
Yeah,
like crypto for your cycle, not motorcycle, dude. All right, this is just bears. Hey, I'm bullish, Felix. I am bullish. All right, Kelly in the comments if you want to get into a back and forth with him. All right, shrimps now hold 1.26 million Bitcoin or 6.6% of the supply, up from roughly 4.8%. Crabs account for 2 million Bitcoin, which was 10.5% of the circulating supply. Their total holdings have increased from 8.7 from a year ago, so they're on the way up. The shrimps, the crabs, they're all accumulating. Are you accumulating? That is the question. I do have more Bitcoin now than I've had since 21, and that's just because I market bought a little bit not that long ago. So doing a Cayman about
that's the real game right there, is how many Bitcoin do you have? There will be a day where people stop comparing how much Bitcoin they have compared to their US dollars, and it's just, hey, do you have 1? Do you have 2? I turned my 2 into 4. I have 4.7 now. It's all about gaining more and more and more, because it's about to go crazy.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going in. I'm DCAing in a little bit now. We'll see how it pays off, but I feel good accumulating at these points.
Yeah.
All right, full disclosure, biggest bag though is, I have to do some math with my mutant ape and ETH value, but my biggest bag is probably Cardano. What is your biggest bag? Bitcoin? ETH?
Well, yeah, my biggest bag is it's Bitcoin, Cardano, Ethereum, and then it's spread out amongst a couple others.
Okay. All right, good choices there. Good choices. You at home, what's your number one bag? Number one. What is the number one thing? All right, Ethereum validators may have to stake 64x more ETH, the devs discuss. I feel like, just be careful when you're seeing these headlines. People are going to say, you now need 32 to 2,000 ETH, and people are going to report this as fact. I think it's a certain number of core developers have submitted this plan. It was made during a June 15th core developers consensus meeting. They noted that, the current limit of 32 allows more validators, making it more decentralized. But some people are saying we need to up 32 all the way to a little over 2,000. The 32 ETH limit has led to a significant surge in validator addresses after their transition to proof of stake network. At present, there are over 700,000 validators, with over 90,000 awaiting activation in the queue. I didn't know idea there's that many. The proposal received mixed reactions from the community, with several people pointing out that such a significant change will lead to fewer validators and thus make it more centralized. Other people dismissed the idea and claimed it wouldn't benefit the network. I think it's just a harebrained idea floated out. I mean, we'll see if, ends up being like an EIP that people are voted on now. But as for now, it's just musings of the elites is how I look at it. I'm guessing no one with under 2,000 wants that change. So it's going to be the big whales like, yeah, I think from 32 to 2,000 ought to be safe. What about when ETH is 5K? That's going to be way, way, way out of range for most people. That was going to be my goal. I started market buying ETH 2018, and I remember thinking, 32 ETH, because we knew the 32 number even back then. Then I quickly, just was like, as ETH kept going up, I was like, this might be a little bit difficult. Then, all the way to 4,500. I was like, I don't know if I'm ever going to get to 32. But then I had a mutant ape go up to 20 something. Could have done it.
Yeah.
Could have done it.
Yeah.
Said, no, I want my JPEG because I'm stupid. All right, let's talk about the money exiting the U.S. banking system in 1 week as deposit flight resumes. We're talking about $79 billion. We're just going to round up, say $80 billion. This is from the Fed Reserve economic data. Fred, it's from Fred, not the guy that's always pulling a mask off like an old person. And then it's like, hey, you're not a monster. You're the old guy who yelled at us for crossing his lawn earlier. No, this is a different Fred. 80 billion exited American bank accounts from the start of the month. From June 7th, $80 billion. The deposit flight is a big reversal after 2 weeks of inflows into the system. And in the last year, $803 billion has been drained out of customer accounts. U.S. banks now have $17 trillion in deposits. The depositors withdrew $472 billion out of their accounts, breaking a 39-year record that goes back to the first day they began tracking inflows and outflows. 40 years ago would be 83, 39, 84. That's weird. This year I was born. Why? What happened in 84? I guess just
you were born and
it was
people
me.
got upset.
Oh, it was me. Oh, yeah. There's that guy, pull all the money, let's bury it. It's the beginning of the end times, I guess. According to a recent report from Goldman Sachs, lenders with less than $250 billion in assets account for 80% of U.S. commercial real estate lending. Yeah, when you get into U.S. commercial real estate, a giant skyscraper will take up a high percentage asset value-wise of commercial real estate. So that's not surprising. The big banks in control of that. Fidelity, guys, big news here. Should have led with this in the beginning of the show. I was talking about this in a JPEG Junkie Spaces. I don't know if we have a CT minute. We do. I'll talk about that in a second. But Fidelity rumored to be selling a Bitcoin ETF. Now, Tim, why should we care about Fidelity?
Well, we shouldn't want to care, but we have to care because they're just another investment firm that is going to be getting into the space. And I don't know, do you think there's any chance they get rejected by the SEC, or do you think they get to just pass on through very easily?
They probably are going to make it. So BlackRock has roughly, it's nine. I don't know what dollar assets under management. I'm assuming this is American dollar. We'll round up and say BlackRock has 10 trillion. Fidelity has around 6. So we're looking at a serious amount of money here. This isn't, a shrimp compared to a whale. This is a comparable size. Application of the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock, for a Bitcoin spot ETF has generated bullish momentum in the second half of the last week. Experts believe that application has a strong chance of being approved given their record. Their record is 575 to 1. So they've had 575 approved, only 1 has been denied. At least this rumor is currently circulating on Twitter, talking about the Fidelity. Well, several accounts have reported it. The source appears to be Arch Public co-founder Andrew Parrish. Remarkably, the rumor has been spread by notable crypto influencers like Scott Melker, friend of ATB, Michael Vandepop, and Ash Crypto here. This is Fidelity. Yeah, we kind of skipped over that. They are the 3rd largest asset manager, Fidelity is. Wait a minute, update. They're about to make a sources expect it to either make a bid for Grayscale or quickly launch. Okay, so rumors are saying they might even try to buy Grayscale. Again, this is rumor. Remarkably, they are no stranger to Bitcoin. They have launched a separate crypto-focused company, Fidelity Digital Assets, in 2018. So they aren't any stranger to this. Overall, their entry into the Bitcoin market cap could be seen as a net positive event, driving prices for the industry. As News BTC reported, they may be having its gold moment soon. You hear that, Bitcoin? Our gold moment soon. After gold received its first spot ETF in the US in 2004, the price literally exploded in the following years. I'm not sure. I want to say it was a $1 trillion asset class and eventually became upwards of a $10 trillion asset class. Gold did. So gold did huge. 1 trillion to 10 trillion. Wait a minute. What do we have for crypto right here? Hey, Tim, what does that say?
That says $1.1 trillion, DZ.
If crypto were to go to a $10 trillion asset class, I mean, I'm not saying Bitcoin would do a 10x, but what do you think Bitcoin does?
So the real thing here, DZ, is going to be if the main catalyst is BlackRock and Fidelity, Bitcoin's going to see a large percentage of that come to themselves. So Bitcoin's going to take off, and maybe crypto's gets delayed back behind. If everything stays normal, though, I mean, if you go back and look at what we've done the last couple cycles, and we go to $11 trillion, I know that's kind of the place a lot of people are talking about, $11 trillion in crypto, and everything kind of stays the same as past cycles. We're looking at a 17 to 20K Ethereum. We're looking at a 12 to maybe even $15 Cardano. We're seeing, I mean, who knows XRP, because XRP,
they do like selling Cardano. You know, there's something about, like, I think that name just, you know, has good brand recognition. It doesn't really have a bad connotation to it like some meme coins do. So they're really going to try to sell, you know, as part of an investment strategy with mutual funds. And, you know, your 401k will probably have some Cardano on it, some Ethereum on it, some Bitcoin on it. And, you know, I'm sure there's going to be a couple other ones, a couple other winners. Matic will probably be on there. A lot of people still talking about in and out. In and out is not good if you don't want it exactly how they want it. So I'm not a big fan of mustard. So then in and out's not that great. I'm not a big fan of onions. In and out's not that great. They force you to have specific sandwiches. I just want ketchup and mayonnaise. Why can't I have a ketchup mayo only cheeseburger? This is what I get passionate about, folks. No, I'm sick.
They've been loud in chat about it, but the poll right here shows what the results say.
I mean, okay, look, fine. Whataburger losing to In-N-Out, a 2-to-1 ratio. Well, that's fine. I can handle that. But do not say it is good. All right, it's mid to best. But yeah, Five Guys.
I've never had In-N-Out though. So of this list, I'm probably voting other. Because I've had Five Guys and Whataburger, but I've never had In-N-Out. But because I also didn't say fast food. Fast food is really hard again. The other one is, I don't know how popular this is everywhere else, but Relish. Have you ever had Relish burger?
Not a big fan of Relish.
It's not okay. I don't like Relish either. Just the restaurant called Relish, DZ. You're trying to make this difficult.
No, I've never heard of the restaurant called Relish.
It's a good. It was all over the place down in Florida. Relish is a very good one, but I just don't know how far out they go. So who knows?
All right, people are saying I can order a burger at In-N-Out the way I'm saying I couldn't 5 years ago. They were like, no, you had to get it that way. I said, I can't get ketchup mayonnaise only. They said no. And so that was a Vegas location. Maybe it's different locations have different stuff, but yeah, that was the Vegas location. Five Guys is terrible. I'm gonna look into it.
You must like Burger King.
I'm willing to try it again if I can get it the way I want.
Yeah, you must like Burger King.
Okay.
Is your favorite?
Well, that wasn't the case when I went. Either that or they're just, it was too busy, or I don't know, maybe because it's like a stupid flagship location in a big tourist city. I don't know. All right. Well, we really have strong burger opinions here. I mean, there's a lot of strong opinions. All right, one more. I think we got a couple more headlines here. Comparing gold to a potential Bitcoin ETF. So what did the gold ETF? The gold ETF launched in 2004. Price of gold was roughly $410. The ETF was launched before the 2008 recession, and the BlackRock's ETF could also get approved during a recession. Now, the gold price didn't do a 10x. More gold was circulated, and I have a theory that, there's some paper gold that is just maybe adding to the market cap there. So gold, 410. Right now, it's above 2K. Where is it in relation to 2K? Either way, it did a 5x. The entire asset class as a whole, I did another 10x, so it did a 2x from that, so twice the amount of supply. Furthers my theory that there is a lot of paper gold out there. But all right, In-N-Out special sauce ketchup mayo mix, you can get it. No, there is mustard in that special sauce. I don't care what you say. All right. Crypto.com says operating in-house trading team, market maker, not controversial. So this was the big rumor. Crypto.com had market makers doing internal transactions. Some are saying to pump up some prices. They do have an internal trading team that operates as a market maker in its platform, highlighting a potential conflict of interest, according to the Financial Times. Earlier this month, Gary Gensler criticized exchanges for often commingling functions. He said, in traditional finance, we don't see the New York Stock Exchange also operating a hedge fund making markets. Crypto.com told Financial Times that its internal market maker is treated exactly the same as third-party market makers on the exchange. And due to a U.S. A hostile regulatory landscape, the firm is set to close its institutional exchange in the country this week. I think the institutional exchange made up less than 1% of their volume, so it's not a big deal. I wouldn't worry too much about the institutional exchange close. It looks like institutions just, they favor Coinbase. There's no real desire to use crypto.com. All right, Elon Musk explained this, Bob, is a crypto scam, and then boom, Twitter suspended the account. Once again, he intervened on the crypto sphere, accusing artificial intelligence-based, explained this, Bob, of being a scam. It was suspended on the social network, and then the meme coin experienced a 30% price dump there. Here, I think we can just click on it from here. It's probably going to be banned, right? Let's just see. Yep, tweet is from a suspended account. So boom, got taken down there, got taken down. All right, Elon Musk wielding the hammer of justice. I don't know if it was a scam though. Yeah, people want free Bob. Now, it could be turned into one. So, I mean, I'm not saying it isn't for sure. The price of it linked, yeah, the 30% drop there. So Elon Musk, he tanked it with the power of a revocation of their ability to tweet there. Please report accurate news. They tried spot ETF last year. SEC denied. I don't think we said it's their first. All right, that is news. So we could fact check that. It looks like they tried and was denied.
I think they did. But we didn't say this was their first time trying. We just said, what is the chances they get through? You know?
All right. Mark Cuban puts Joe Rogan on blast amid the anti-vaccine backlash. Maybe we'll get into who number one. All right, so we're going to get into it. There's someone putting up a little bit of money. Someone is top G, and it is a crypto founder. It is a protocol founder, and including a lot of people type this coin. It could be your favorite coin founder has upped the amount. They pledged $777,000
for the debate.
For this debate. All right, let's get into it here. All right, Mark Cuban came to the defense of a vaccine scientist at the center of a debate over vaccine misinformation involving Joe Rogan and Elon Musk. I would say it's more involving Joe Rogan and Robert F. Kennedy. Rogan challenged Hotez after the doctor criticized, not Hotep, after the doctor criticized his recent interview with Kennedy Jr. during an episode of JRE. The nephew of JFK and the son of Robert F. Kennedy reiterated some say baseless claims that vaccine cause autism. Wow, this is so they're carrying water for the industrial complex for the medical industry here. It's Newsweek. Yeah, Newsweek carrying water for medical industry here. Hotez slammed Rogan and Spotify over the interview, saying the podcaster was promoting misinformation. I don't know if he's said what the specific misinformation is. Hey, Peter, if you claim what is saying misinformation, I'm offering you $100K to the charity of your choice if you're willing to debate them. All right, so more and more people came forward. A lot of people put up some money. I think it got real popular after Andrew Tate pledged $500K.
Yeah.
Well, guess what crypto founder put it in there? I'm about to type it in. The Cosmos founder. Cosmos founder is in the lead with 777,000. And Cosmos didn't move on the news. I don't know if I'd be able to find it. I don't want to try to click on that too much. Just too many hot threads on this topic right now. But yeah, Cosmos, the Cosmos founder put up $777,000. So we'll see. In this tweet, he defended the need for a debate while referring to people in the industry as heartless monsters. He said those in the medical field look at human beings as an opportunity to generate wealth regardless of the consequences there. Mark Cuban did, push his thing, which I do think is a good thing, cost plus drugs. I think he's doing a lot of good stuff with that. But to me, I saw this as just him trying to promote that and did a pretty good job. When I saw this had a lot of clicks, this was in the millions. I think it was 9 million when I saw earlier. So he has a tweet that has popped up on 50 million people. Now, that doesn't mean that they clicked on it, but yeah, 50 million impressions for Cost Plus drugs. So Mark Cuban, I think his objective pretty much was successful there, right?
Yeah,
a lot of people know about Cost Plus drugs now. Did you have any thoughts on that doesn't get us demonetized or canceled here?
Yeah, I'll keep it from without giving my opinion on what I think of the whole thing, because DZ, you and I have definitely had that conversation. What I love seeing though is the ridiculous amount of money that's getting put up, that I think some of these people don't think that they're actually going to have to spend the money, because it does not look like this guy is going to take the debate, which again is such a stupid thing. Whatever you think about vaccines, whatever you think about this issue or any other issue, the concept of I don't like what you said, so what you're saying is dangerous information. I was listening to a podcast, I believe. I don't remember who the person he was interviewing, but what's his name? Ben Shapiro was talking about, he's like, if you think someone says something that's misinformed, in the past, bad speech or misinformation is countered by correct information,
Yes.
not canceling or silencing the misinformation. So this is a golden opportunity to come on Joe Rogan, the most watched podcast in the entire world, and have a good debate about this issue that a lot of people, some people have strong opinions, this side, but there's a lot of people still sitting on the fence. This could be massive, and this guy is chickening out. And so that's why I'm wondering if like all this money being donated is kind of, they don't think he's actually gonna take the debate. They're just proving this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, because that doesn't make any sense. There's gonna be millions of dollars put forward for him to take this debate, and he's not going to do it.
Yeah, and I mean it's a line that has a lot of weight with it, and I'm not trying to say I'm on one side of the angle here, but there's the line that you hear, trust the science. It is often maligned here. A lot of people use it as a champion cause. Hey, you need to trust the science. That I think the best way I heard it described is that is a dogma that you would hear for an authoritarian regime, or you would hear for a religion, but not one you would hear for science. So that's kind of my take. I pulled up the tweet. I was able to find it real quick. The charity debate pot is now over $2.6 million. Wow. This might even be updated more currently. Number one, Jay Quan, founder of Cosmos and Tendermint, never sold his soul, not financial advice, pronouns nobody, ours. So Jay Quan, founder of Cosmos. So I see a lot of people saying Cosmos is based. I think a lot of Cosmos fans from that. Number two, like I said, then Andrew Tate at 500K. And then Bill Ackman, always doing really, really good things. I do like Bill Ackman. Bill Ackman putting in 150K, PBD, Timcast, Jason Calacanis. I see a doctor in here. So a lot of people. Oh, I was like, whoa, David Beck. Oh, no, this is different. I was like, the soccer player is getting into this. He's going to lose a deal there. All right, so a lot of people, we'll see if it happens. I don't think it will. I mean, I almost want to give up a G of my own money. But I think RFK will be the first politician I ever donate to. I've said that. I think it'll be the first ever I donate any kind of real money to. So I don't even think I've given $20 to anybody, even as an idealistic 18-year-old. My $20 will make a difference. Maybe I will. We'll see. Jay Quan is Do Kwan's cousin. I don't believe so. I think it's a pretty common last name. That's not Smith or Wynn, but it's up there. Yeah, Tim Pole's up there. A lot of people. All right. I think we're ready for a little CT minute brought to you by Stake. And once again, kick.com/hit slots. I've only got one stream out there. It's only about 45 minutes. But if you want to check it out, we're on Stake. We're having a good time. Come hang out. Maybe we'll do some giveaways. All right, that's all we got. Let's roll that thing. All right, first, I want to give a shout out to the Junkie Spaces. I was in it this morning. If you want to listen to the play, I go over the markets. I go over what I think Fidelity and BlackRock are going to do to the price Cardano. I go over Cardano investment vehicles and what those might look like, what some sort of DAO ETFs might look like as they exist as NFTs. And guys, they are still live. So I've retweeted it if you want to see it. The Junkie House episode 15. I didn't know I was going to have to host the morning stream, so I had to jump out a little early. Guys, they're still going live. Jump in and say, hey, I'm here from the morning stream. So show them a little love there. Hey, had a little date night with Kat. Just want to give her a little shout out. Never forget to show those you care about that you appreciate them. 9,000 views. So thank you for all the likes there. Working with Hourglass, me and Justin, working with them. Really, really good stuff over there. Here, more stuff. Wait a minute, that was from Friday. So let's look at the likes. We got some more stuff, folks. We got some more stuff. Yeah, this if you want to see the full breakdown of who's donated money, I've liked that is Chief Nerd's tweet here. That was at 11 p.m. last night, so there might even be a new one as he wakes up and updates the list there. And here that's the guy they're talking about. So if you want to see a video of him, Babylon B is putting out some pretty funny stuff. DNC generously offers to host rally for RF Kennedy by the grassy knoll. A little bit of a dark humor there, dark humor. But you know what? I think RFK would like that. There's his stuff. Bill Ackman talking about it. All right, here's some more crypto stuff. The Bank of China issued 28 million in digital structured notes on the Ethereum blockchain. Wait, I thought they hated crypto. Not so fast. Time for a thread. So if you heard some China FUD, you want to educate on yourself. Like, well, I know they hate it and they've banned it, but then they like did some of Hong Kong and wait, are they friendly? And they, what are these other chains? Break into that, look into that, and is, kind of just further your education there. Chamath Palihapitiya evokes strong opinions. I won't share mine here, but it just talks about, RFK there. IRS. All right. This is me hanging out with Drew too much. All right. Now I'll admit it. Listen up, gun owners. If the IRS police come to your door, know your rights, never answer any questions. And he just kind of breaks down, how to answer politely. You ever see those videos where the cop at the checkpoint is like, license and registration, and then they'll like have a Ziploc bag. I don't answer questions. It kind of just gives you the script to not come off as a complete jerk there. So I think it's good to know your rights as a citizen of any country that you're in. And guys, we will be, I say we, the whole Bit Squad, we're going to be at Rare Evo. I know Ben's going to be on stage. I think I'm going to be on stage. Justin Williams, I believe, will also be on stage. Maybe a couple other people. Maybe we get Frankie on stage. I don't know. So Rare Evo, it's a really cool event in Denver. You're going to want to check that out. And if you're not following ATB Twitter, what are you doing? Make sure you follow ATB. I think that's all we got here for that. All right. So ready to talk a little Zach.
Ooh, let's do it.
All right, so big drama over the weekend. All right, so here, don't trust Chamath. I have a contrary opinion for Chamath Palihapitiya. Him and David Sachs sold a lot of Solana at the top in 2021. And then there's that clip from the All In podcast where they're laughing about selling Solana. I don't get mad at people for timing the top and selling. I champion that, and I want to emulate that. And to me, that's a thing to admire, not a thing to say, dang it, they sold the top and I didn't. I don't like that guy. I say, wow, he sold the top and I didn't. I want to be more like that. Mm-hmm. So let me see what this guy, is he thinking differently? What made him, what led him to that conclusion to sell when I was more bullish? And so I think it was a good thing. They're like, hey, cool. Good job. I applied it. I don't hate it. So good job on dumping that SOL. All right, let's talk a little Zach here. Zach XBT legal fight turns into funding success with over $1 million raised. This is him versus Machi Big Brother. He is a blockchain sleuth, and he just got, basically served potential legal paper from Machi, and his name is Jeffrey Huang, known online as Machi Big Brother. His claim centers on an article published by Zach a year ago where he says Machi embezzled millions of dollars worth of Ethereum from Formosa Financial. It's a defunct crypto treasury management platform co-funded by Huang, aka Machi Big Brother. Machi's tweet a year ago, he published a Medium article about me that damaged my reputation. Today, I filed a lawsuit against him in the U.S. District Court of Western District of Texas. In a remarkable show of support, numerous executives have stepped up to contribute to his cause, commending his invaluable contributions to crypto and the Web3 industries. Jesse Powell gave him $17K. We love Jesse Powell. Really, really respect Jesse Powell. Love his Slack channels as well. His commitment, transparency. Yeah, he's got a lot of good threads out there. In a demonstration of his integrity and commitment to transparency, he made a commitment on Friday. He pledged that any remaining funds would be promptly returned to the contributors in a pro rata fashion. Meaning, so if you put in $1,000 and he only needed 40% of his money, you would expect $600 probably minus gas fees. So, yeah, a lot of people came forward to him, and I don't know the facts of the case. Machi sued him. I'm not going to say anything about whether or not Machi was a scammer. But yeah, I mean, read that Medium article and draw your own conclusions there. Charlie Lee sold the top. Ethereum Foundation sold the top. There's a lot of people selling the top out here, and I want to sell the top. I don't want to look at someone who sold the top. Like Ethereum Foundation is another example of this. A lot of people hate them, and people say, well, they caused the top. To me, that's irrelevant. That is irrelevant. To me, the top is the top is the top, okay? And so if they're catching tops, I want to catch tops. So I want to think like how the people catching tops catch.
I would say, like, if there was insider information that they had that about collaborating together to crash it, I'd have a problem with that. But if there was just, they're looking at the charts, they're looking at the news, they're looking at everything else and saying, hey, this is the top and we're going to sell, then yeah, you want that.
Chamath called Bitcoin Schmuck Insurance. Chamath wrote in 2010, I believe, maybe it was 2012, that all asset managers should have 5% of their funds in Bitcoin. 10 years ago, 11 years ago, maybe like 13 years ago. So this guy was writing about this very, very early. So I don't, maybe he said some things in jest. Maybe he did say it's for schmucks. That being said, I've heard him say some other things about it. So anybody else telling asset managers to put 5% into it in 2012 and, actually had real money, not just random guy in a basement, like actually talking to these VC fund managers, earns my respect there. So yeah, dead in the U.S. That's hyperbole. That's hyperbole, and that's him, saying how it's a bad thing. All right, yeah. Here's more, a little wrinkle to the Machi story here. He buys $25 million LA mansion after suing Zach for defamation. What was that? That was behind me right there. I don't know, something without a soul. All right, amid the turbulence, I'm kidding. You have a soul. Amid the turbulence that is the lawsuit, Machi, news has circulated he reportedly purchased a mansion worth $25 million. People are questioning if Zach's article was really as financially damaging to him as he claims, if he's able to purchase such an expensive property. To me, that really wouldn't have any relevance on that case, I guess. So yeah, bought a $25 million mansion. Probably the timing was bad. Probably bad timing, right? Doesn't look good, does it, Tim?
Nope, not the best.
Doesn't look good. All right, one day in crypto, and then we're going to have Taco Monday here. Is this day? June? All right. Bitcoin market flash crash and database leak from Mt. Gox. Bum, bum, bum. First, new Bitcoin malware hit the web last Friday, which attempts to steal a Bitcoin user's wallet and email it to an email address. Now, Mt. Gox is undergoing damage control after the computer of an auditor of theirs had their system compromised. The hacker who broke into the system obtained an old database consisting of username, email, and password hashes. Additionally, they used the credentials of one account contained a large number of Bitcoins to log in, sell $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, then buy them back and withdraw them. Series of events caused the market to flash crash, thus tanking the value of down to 1 cent per Bitcoin for a moment before jumping back up to $13 per Bitcoin. You imagine having a sell order or a buy order in at that?
Ridiculous.
Woo! That would be good. But in the early days of Bitcoin, people did chastise hoarding too much Bitcoin, saying it was bad for the health of the network. As you can see, it was clear to spell out that the issue was not caused to an attack on their site, and they're working diligently to right any wrongs caused. So it appears that on top of it, reverting all the problem caused by the perpetrators, there was one more mark of negativity on the perception of Bitcoin in general. Well, we did end up knowing it happened years after the case. Someone hacked Mt. Gox over 3 years, was it, Tim? 2 years? They hacked Mt. Gox over years and stole Bitcoin over years. And so it's funny that, seeing that the news develops how in the fog of war, they didn't know what was going on. Yeah, little they know someone was draining it for years there. Whataburger, biscuits and gravy. Okay. Hot apple pies are fire. Haven't had a hot apple pie in a hot minute. All right. Okay. Sounds like a certain leader who bought a bunch of houses. That is a good comparison, J-Day. Pretty funny there. All right. We're not going to get into that, though. I don't want to mess up anybody. Yeah, it was the Crosby Waterburger. I didn't go to the Baytown one, though. All right. You ready to talk a little Fortnite, Taco? Taco, when is the last time you have played Fortnite?
Ooh, it's been a while. Maybe I think I was all the way back in season 1. And I haven't played since.
Did you ever get a victory royale, either you or with the crew?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, was it really fun?
Oh, it was like the time of my life. It was like back when I was a kid.
Do you remember your first solo dub? Did you ever get a solo dub?
Yeah, I did. I don't remember. It was years ago.
Well, do you remember how bad your armpits were sweating?
My palms were sweaty, my knees were weak, and my arms were heavy. And my mom was making spaghetti. So
Hey.
it was a fun game, and it looks like they might be partnering with Nike. More specifically, the Dot Swoosh.
Okay.
So Nike Dot Swoosh platform is on Polygon, maybe coming to the massive online shooter Fortnite. And here's what we know so far. So Nike and Epic Games have yet to provide details regarding their collaboration, what looks to involve the apparel giant Air Max shoes, the brand. However, the teaser suggests that NFTs from Nike's platform will tie into Fortnite and perhaps the broader Unreal Engine ecosystem. So here's their official tweet. You can click on it and watch their little teaser trailer. What do you feel about this, DZ? Do you think that they're actually going to have a legitimate partnership with these NFTs, or you think it's going to be all in-game closed ecosystem?
I think it's going to be a litmus test. So I don't think this is, hey, pretty soon you're going to be able to buy Nike shoes as an NFT through Fortnite and then sell it on a marketplace. I don't think that's anything like that. I think that what they're doing is they're going to do the cat on the roof theory. Have you ever heard the cat on the roof theory?
No, you're going to have to enlighten me.
Gamers hate crypto, right? Generally speaking, maybe I'm oversimplifying
that's the consensus.
it. Yeah, that's the consensus. So we got to do the cat on the roof theory with gamers. So you can't tell gamers NFTs are in your game now. So the cat on the roof theory is if you kill someone's cat because you're house sitting, you don't call them up and say, hey, Taco, I killed your cat. You're on vacation, you're on the cruise, you're on the Pluto Alliance cruise, and I'm like, I killed your cat. You do not do that. And so that's what Fortnite can't do. They can't say, you have NFTs in your game. So they're going to do the cat on the roof theory. You ready? You ready for this? Are you ready home for the cat on the roof theory? First thing you do is you call Taco and you say, Taco, I got some bad news. Your cat ran out the screen door. I had to slip for a second. I was grabbing some groceries. The cat ran out, but it's okay. It's trapped in the backyard. Just want to let you know, just giving you a heads up. Then I call you an hour later. Taco, you're not going to believe this. The cat jumped on top of my car, jumped on top of the carport, and now the cat is on the roof. Look, this is nuts. I know. My brother's coming with a ladder right now. I'm so sorry. Then you say, Taco, I got bad news. The cat jumped from the roof, man. But don't worry. We're heading straight to the vet right now. We're on our way. I'm fucking speeding. I just ran a red light. Sorry for cussing. Then I call you again. Taco, I'm at the vet, man. It's not looking good, dude. Hold on. I got to call you right back. And then I call you again and say, man, look, the cat was suffering. It was really, really bad place. It was in a lot of pain, and they had to let it go, man, and I'm sorry. And then you've gone on this whole roller coaster, and then you end up with cat's in a better place.
So that's what you did with my cat that one weekend?
That's what I did with your cat that one time. Yeah, I'm so sorry.
The story comes out, folks.
And so I think it's going to be something similar. It's going to be like a Dot Swoosh collab where it's like Nikes, and you buy them with V-Bucks, but you can't sell them. And then they're going to see, how did Taco react to when I said it went out in the backyard? What do you think of that?
Well,
that's my theory.
Well, I think you're spot on. I think they're gonna just kind of sneak them in, and you can buy them as a skin. Horrible. And then you can't really do much with it other than play with it. And if you win, hey, the guys can see that you're wearing the Dot Swoosh Nike shoes. I don't
yourself. Never let DZ babysit.
Yeah. Exactly. I learned my lesson apparently.
You didn't even need that story for that advice in your life right there. So that story just confirms.
So yeah, I see them adding some sort of Dot Swoosh capabilities and then maybe some sort of customization. I don't see them being able to sell it anytime soon, maybe in the next year or two, but I could see being able to sell it maybe like 4 years from now, 5 years from now.
But it would be pretty revolutionary if they did come out the gate and open it up to the whole world on OpenSea or LooksRare or Blur.
You
or
can't call the gamers
Vimeo.
and say their cat died though. So I don't know. We'll see. I just see a revolt if they say Fortnite NFTs, I see a revolt. There's going to be some sort of roundabout digital collectible .swoosh 5-year play where next thing you know, it's like, then it happens. But what are your thoughts? Are you excited about this? Are you going to wear Air Force Ones with your Travis Scott skin, and then
maybe I'll turn on the game, download Fortnite, and start playing again. Maybe see if I can incorporate my NFT into my into the game. And best case scenario would be, hey, I don't want to play anymore. Let me sell it. But we'll see what happens.
All right. I played my first Fortnite ever. Well, not ever. First time in months last night.
How'd you do?
Kat had a friend with 2 kids come over, so we fired it up, and I got like 2 kills, and then I died. I rushed a battle, which I was third partying, and then I just like rush it, and they both just looked at me and blasted me. And that's what I get. I should have hid in a bush, waited for one to kill the other, and then I pop out like a coward. So I should have been a coward. Instead, I tried to be top D, and I got taken down real quickly.
So here's one thing I want to add to this story. Fortnite has estimated 243 million players over the past 30 days. So they have the masses coming into the ecosystem. So if they do incorporate anything to do with these digital assets, we call them NFTs, it could be very popular going forward.
Oh my God, I just created a bullish narrative. How about this? All right, so like money enters into a ecosystem, right? Whether it's like NFT game, like NFT worlds or something, money's entering in. Little kids across America using their parents' credit card, fueling money into the ecosystem, in effectively a crypto ecosystem.
Yeah, I mean, it's technically already happened. You see these parents getting pissed at their credit card statement. What is this $500 V-Bucks purchase?
Yeah. Parents' stolen credit cards will fuel the next bull run. We thought it was Fidelity and BlackRock, and then after that, Sovereign Nation money. No, mom's credit card.
Hey, I mean, if you ask someone like Alex Becker, he's bullish on Web3 gaming.
He's bullish on waking up at 3 a.m. and then like doing 8,000 sit-ups and then like cold plunges. And I do want to do a cold plunge. Taco, have you ever done a cold plunge?
Oh, I've done it before.
I've done the cryogenic one. I'm thinking about buying one today. I'm going to go on the market. I'm buying one. I got to buy my jerry can, and I'm going to look at Tim. Have you done a cold plunge?
Absolutely, I have. They're
great stuff. Great stuff. We need to get a sauna and a cold plunge at Hit Network. And then when guests come to the building, not only can they look at merch, they can then do a cold plunge in the merch.
DZ, drop the petition, and you got your first signature right here.
All right.
Yeah.
Do we have? Did you want to breeze through the CryptoPunk thing, or we
we could talk about it real quick. So over the weekend, a CryptoPunk was burned by the Bitcoin bandits, and it was revived as a ordinal inscription. So they're coining it a teleburn. The asset's holder symbolically shifted the punk from Ethereum to Bitcoin. So it was CryptoPunk 8611. It was sold for around 55 Ethereum, in other words, 95K on Saturday. So it was the Bitcoin bandits. Here's a video of one of the guys kind of going through the process. And
I think this only works if you're popular. If you're a popular person and you're part of a community and you say, I'm doing this for the culture, then that might have value. You have people like, oh, I wouldn't mind owning that original punk that's on Bitcoin. But if random user in his basement burns something, they're just going to be like, what an idiot. No one's going to want to buy that. You're not part of any community. This guy is a part of a community where the Western bandits or something like that. Not the sticky bandits, but the Western. So there might be a chance here, but we must craft the story. The story, which is, leads to everything. The value of $1. What is a government? What is love? Does this NFT have value? Can the story gain traction?
Yeah, exactly what you said. The community was the ones who pooled the funds together to purchase the CryptoPunk and then decide to burn it over to the Bitcoin network. I feel like this is going to fuel a bunch of other people trying to do the same thing. But just like DZ said, you're going to need a community behind you. You're going to need people that know about your specific NFT that you're trying to burn. Otherwise, it'll just be lost in the inscriptions on Bitcoin. Because right now, I believe they've already passed the 1 million inscription mark. One of our researchers here, Johnny, he was picking up on inscriptions when they were under 10,000 inscriptions ordinals. And those 10,000 and under inscriptions, I think they're worth a quarter of a Bitcoin just to be in the first 10,000 inscriptions. So a lot of new things are coming to the Bitcoin ordinals. you can inscribe something and then you could pull the data from that inscription. So we went over the story last week of the way that they were able to mint the NFTs and not know what they were going to be minting because it's pulling data from an algorithm.
Cool.
This is definitely new and definitely experimental, and these are one of the first people to do it. So we're gonna see what happens in the future, if it's gonna catch on or if it's just gonna die.
All right, I want to give a shout out to Hellraiser. First time catching it live. The chat is awesome. Just work a lot rotating. You need to do this again. Hell yeah to Hellraiser. Get the pins out of your face, you weirdo. I'm not giving you any balloons. Really try to rub some static electricity pop. So yeah, we love it. Yeah, this is the way to watch it. Then you can get interaction. And then you're part of the Bit Squad. I want to just share this quote from the story here. Talking about burning the $169,000 NFT. Told long after that, it's essentially throwing a Lamborghini into a trash compactor. It's kind of fun. That'd be nice, right? I don't even have a $20 bill to char to like light a cigarette, let alone burn Lamborghinis on the blockchain. So pretty cool stuff there, man. Taco, where are we getting lunch? People want to know about like our real life interaction here. They don't care about stupid punks.
Maybe some buffaloes today.
No, you're not feeling the pub sub?
Pub sub, get like an $8 public sub, and
all right.
Hasn't steered me wrong.
All right, pub sub. We're gonna get pub subs. This episode brought to you by Steak and
the real
subs.
question, and we're getting back to the steak and XRP and everything. What pub sub do you guys use though? We had our burger conversation, and we have a little bit of time here.
That is a great.
What is your
get
pub sub?
Buffalo chicken with a little ranch, cheddar and stuff.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
chicken
good.
tender.
Yeah,
it's pretty much the same
you
thing.
Go regular or buffalo chicken tender?
I'm regular guy.
So
white
I'll
from
go
Connecticut.
I'll go chicken tender. So I get the 5-grain bread, chicken tender, chipotle mayo with regular mayo and cheddar cheese and lettuce and spinach.
Try the buffalo tender.
I've had the buffalo. It's good.
Okay, but
I love the chipotle mayo one.
Okay.
Not drenched, just
he
like
has
on it like a
spoken.
sandwich.
He has spoken, folks. All right, hey Taco, always a great time. Let's do a little. Hey, do you hold any Ripple?
It's stuck on Volt, but technically yes, I guess.
All right, technically he had some Ripple. Hit that like button if you hold a little XRP. Triple hit it if you hold some and it's stuck and you can't access it.
I got one more thing for you guys, and if you are not already, you can pull up my screen. Give Vumio a follow. It's going to be ramping up pretty soon, so be sure to have notifications on so you get all the updates. And that's all I got.
All right. Black Forest ham with the Swiss. Good stuff, man. Y'all got some good sandwiches. We love it. We have Morel coming in. Morel, any merch news that we could share? Okay, he's a Smoke Gouda Monster guy. Okay. All right, let's talk a little Ripple XRP segment brought to you by Steak. Appreciate it, Steak, very, very much. All right, Ripple versus SEC case update as of June 19th of this year. John Deaton, the expert for the company, pointed out the SEC's team failed to redact the spelling of consensus, meaning that the names of the company directly related to ETH and Joseph Lubin appear in the deposition quite often, according to Deaton's Twitter thread. They didn't redact the spelling of this. Hinman says he had 4 to 5 meetings with them, but maybe one was a phone call. This is between the 13th of December and June 8th. We know for sure of 4 actual meetings, and the meeting with Vitalik makes a minimum 5 here. So looks like maybe they're trying to downplay their ETH connections, but maybe the ETH connection's a little bit more telling than that they want to say. One part of the deposition included an exchange between the Enforcement Counsel, Jorge Tenuero, and Ripple's attorney Reed Feigl, in which the latter spells out Consensus's name and the former agrees it was correct, before Hinman proceeds to say he had 4 to 5 meetings with the said company between the 2017 and 2018. Point of that, Hinman also officially stated he consulted on the matter with an attorney who served as the SEC chair, and speaking to him specifically about the meetings at least once or twice there. Furthermore, Dean referred to his Twitter thread from April of last year when he noted that within 2 months of Clayton being sworn in, Lubin hired Paraducci from SNC, naming him Deputy General Counsel at Consensus, co-chair, Brooklyn Project, and Global FinTech co-head, providing a direct line to the SEC chair. Look at that name. Deputy General Counsel, co-chair, Brooklyn Project, and Global FinTech co-head.
Yeah.
Whenever you have more and more stuff, that reminds me of when you see a despotic dictator in an emerging market, and they have like 87 medallions of the war. after 4, it just feels like now it just feels like fluff and ceremony. And so that's what it feels like. The more names they have on there, the less credence I'm giving it at all.
Yeah, the assistant head to the director of personal growth.
Yeah, it's like Borat, or not Borat. What's the other guy? The dictator.
The dictator.
Yeah, it's like the dictator, basically. Worst cheeseburger ever, microwave gas station burger. That's up there with public school burgers. Public school burgers are also pretty bad.
Yeah.
All right, and that's not all, as Deaton said. Don't forget that Clayton went to One River immediately after leaving SEC. One River had made a $1 billion bet on Bitcoin and Ether just before they dropped the lawsuit bomb about XRP. Wow. Okay. Maybe spreading some of that inside info. In their interview, he also calls her an official investigation into Hinman and added that other participants in the space were taking lessons from Ripple, referring to the recent SEC lawsuits against Coinbase and Binance. So putting a bad precedent, Hinman, and might end up taking down the whole SEC with you. So we'll be down with that. Word of the day, despotic. Yeah, despotic's pretty good. Saddest book title I ever saw, Microwave Cooking for One. The Giving Tree, also pretty sad. Let's see, prison burgers are pretty good. Okay. I thought that said bison burgers just because of my bad eyesight. No, prison burgers. Oh, okay. Yeah, public school burgers absolutely worse. But sometimes they had decent rectangular pizzas. I would peel off the cheese, roll up the cheese like a burrito, and then roll up the bread like a burrito, and then I would eat those. I would never recreate the movement of how I would eat that, but I think that's we got a little Q&A. I'm just randomly answering things here.
Most of the questions are probably gonna have to do with burgers, honestly.
Hey, I'm okay opening a whole query into burgers here. I watch a lot of cooking stuff. I love some Gordon Ramsay. Where's Frankie? Frankie's around. He is somewhere in a corner doing this. That's what Frankie's doing. That one's for the Candle Mafia there. Ostrich burgers are amazing. Would you ever eat an ostrich egg?
Burger. And usually would I eat an ostrich egg?
Yeah.
I think I tried it. I mean, I have no reason to not think it'd be good. I've heard people say it's decent, but
yeah,
an ostrich burger though.
All right, so in a chicken egg they have that little white thing that connects the yolk to the white, and it's like that little like gristly looking thing. Imagine how big that is on an ostrich. You but I
don't ever complain about it being in the regular egg, so I don't think it's gonna be a problem in the ostrich.
Wow, who do I trust more, Ledger or Coinbase?
Coinbase.
Yeah, Coinbase for me. Coinbase for me. That being said, I've said this. I'm not saying keep money on exchanges, but I have funds on Coinbase that just out of laziness because things that aren't compatible with easy to use wallets. If BlackRock is okay using Coinbase, I'm okay using Coinbase, and I really do like Brian Armstrong. I think he would, let us know if we're about to drive off a cliff, unlike SBF or something. Yeah. In and out, double better than everything. I'm gonna double check. I can get a burger how I want. I don't know if I believe that yet. So, trust and verify. All right. I think that's all we got. Fidelity will buy Grayscale. Yeah, we're gonna decipher the rumors. We'll have more information for you guys tomorrow. If you like this merch, check it out at hitmerch.com. I was gonna say like a burrito. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, that's all we got. Make sure you hit that like button, everybody. DZ out. Later on, BitSquad. Hope you had a great Father's Day too.